Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes. So, welcome into one J. Aitney Brown. He's back.
What's up, Sybil later? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sweetie?
Oh, it's a great day. It's a great day in the neighborhood. Whatever. What did Mr. Rogers say? It's a beautiful.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Beautiful day. In a beautiful day.
I'm in a I'm in a restricted area where if you don't cut your grass, they give you a citation. So.
Ooh, lovely
They're
dog.
serious over here. So.
Okay. Okay. That's how you living in the ATL?
I'm living like that. Yes, I'm living like that
now. So, Jay, let's just talk about that. How is life in Atlanta? Are you liking it? Are you enjoying it?
You know, I used to live in Atlanta, and
Right.
I don't live in Atlanta now. I live in Marietta. I'm not going to tell you where, because
you've given us close enough. Yeah,
close enough. Marietta is a big place, but I lived here before, so I know the area. I know my way around, so that's a big plus for me. And from working, it's great because I never worked past Texas, which meant if I worked someplace, it would take me 8 to 9 hours to get back.
Going from LA to to go into the East Coast, right?
So
or the South.
Living on this side, it's a 2-hour flight, 3-hour flight. Like I got to go to Houston. I think Houston is 3 hours. Although they were shooting, weren't they shooting?
There's a lot.
Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can go anywhere, Jay.
You can go anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I heard there was some shots in a gun store.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
You're not safe anywhere. But
no,
that's the deal. But I like it. I love it.
So how is it different? Because you said, that was one of your first stops, right? When you left
Columbia, South Carolina, yes.
And so
grown. It's really grown. Atlanta.
But your way of life is different too.
Yeah. I was on the bus living in the Y. So
right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I was living in the, but still, I don't know if I ever described my room. It wasn't really a room. What they did was they put an elevator on the outside of the YMCA. So what they did was they cut off all the steps. So you had steps, flat, and then more steps, and they made that a room.
Wow.
On each floor. And that was my first room when I moved to Atlanta, was living on the steps.
You lived
on the steps. Yeah.
I think you said that, but it's just I had to repeat it because it just sounds so crazy.
But I was happy to get that room, because
on the steps.
That was a nice room. And then I got tricked as soon as I got off the bus. I told you that story.
Yeah. So tell people though.
Okay, I get off the bus. I catch a cab. I said, take me to the YMCA. And he said, no problem. We ride for about 20 minutes. I think the fare, I only got a little bit of money. The fare is maybe like $20. And
did you still have straws sticking out of your hair when you got off the Greyhound bus?
Yeah, goober. I think I had goober across.
So about 20 minutes.
And then I pay the guy and I go in, I get my room, put my stuff on the steps,
Because you're very, very precise and very ordered. Person. Yeah.
And then I go outside and I see the bus station right across the street.
How much did you pay for that?
$20.
$20 to be given a real ride.
A real ride around Atlanta, to sightsee Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I'm doing much better now, thank God. And, some good jobs I had and saved a little bit of money. So thank you.
And one of your early jobs was as a tailor.
My first job was as a busboy.
Okay.
In Atlanta was a busboy, because while I was living in the Y, I didn't find a tailoring job right away. I found a job in underground Atlanta as a busboy, and I was eating I would eat off $1 in the morning, $1 in the evening, and $1 at night. You could do that back in 80 something. And so I got a job as a busboy in underground Atlanta. And I didn't even care what I made. The most important thing the guy said to me was, you can eat whatever you he said, you can eat whatever we have in this restaurant before or after you go to work.
Wow.
Or after you start work. So I'm like, when do I start? So,
That's really cool. I love your trips down memory lane. Great stories. Great stories. Jay, let's talk about our What You Need to Know newsletter for folks who don't know and maybe just joining us for the first time, one of your fans joining us. Let's talk about our African American served newsletter. We super serve the African American community, as we learned from Tom Joyner, to tell stories, hopefully, for the most part, from the African American perspective, or how it affects our people. And so a lot of the stories are about African Americans, or, as I said, how it affects us. And the subscription is absolutely free. We would love to have you as a part of the What You Need to Know news crew. Please go to SybilWilkes.com and subscribe. And for some people who don't have the time to read the entire newsletter,
I was just getting ready to say that.
Go ahead.
Sybil reads it for you. Now, if you can't read, if you're not a good reader, like, why?
I was just saying you didn't have a lot of time.
No, and bad reading. You want to say that, and they can, let me go to it.
You can watch.
Yeah, you can
listen.
Watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very informative. Is that a big word? That's a big.
That's a nice word.
I've never used that word before.
Well, I'm glad you chose this particular occasion to do that. Really nice. Thank you. And we also have a number of other things, not only the stories, but we have a Black and Fitness Corner, our Wellness Corner, as well as the HBCU Corner, the Little Known Black History Fact, which takes me back. When I see Jay and I talk about the Little Known Black History Fact, I think about the days going way back on the Joyner Show when we had because it first started with Kevin Woodson providing history facts for us.
Right.
And Kevin Woodson, who was here before Jay. And so also, we also had a wonderful Black historian, and her name was Lady Salah Shabazz.
No, it wasn't.
What was
that was not her name.
What did you call her? What was it?
Lady Shabazz. Something.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever it was. She did not like me messing up her name, and I did it every week when she came on. But her collection was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing. Yeah.
And I remember living in LA at the time of her passing, and going to her funeral and having to tell people, I'm not here to apologize for J. Anthony Brown, but I do want you all to know that he did know her name, and that it was in love that he would mispronounce her name.
I think I called her Lady Shala, something like that.
Yeah. Salah, Shala. It was all, but it wasn't
fun.
Her name. It was all in love and fun. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the What You Need to Know newsletter. And Jay, our top story is about Brittany Griner, the WNBA basketball star, in prison in Russia as a result of vaping and cannabis oil being found in her luggage, which, when she made her plea of guilty, she told them it was done on accident. She had no intention of, she said it was just she was in a hurry. She was getting over COVID. She said she was still a little scattered, and by accident she tossed it because she knew the rules about drugs and things, and especially going to
that's
Russia.
what you have to say, and I believe that's what you have to say when in Russia, talking to the Russians. Why do you have drugs in here? We're finding drugs. You don't pack cannabis by mistake. You go shirts, pants, shoes.
And ask you how you know this?
I've seen people pack it.
Okay. And so, having experience and seeing people packing, you understand that this is not a real legitimate excuse.
The problem is not really a problem, but it lays to the seriousness of that there are more people over there who are never probably going to get out. But because she has the money and she's famous and the other guy is the same, those two will get out. She won't get out right away, but she will get out. And the next time she goes on a trip, she won't be checking luggage at all.
Jay, so that begs another question. How quickly do you think Brittany will ever take a trip again?
It'll be a while, Sybil.
For real, for real,
Yeah,
for
it'll be
real.
a while.
Yeah,
Because she's been at what, 3 months now? How long?
no, it's been 5 months.
Oh, 5 months.
5 months. It'll next month it'll be 6, and we're looking at the possibility of, because she's going to be convicted.
Oh, definitely,
That's what they're waiting for the trial to be
Mhm.
over, for her to be convicted in terms of leveling a prison sentence. She's going to be found guilty. They will give her a sentence, and she could serve as much as 10 years in prison for this drug offense.
They're not going to keep her for
No,
10 years. But
no.
then I look at it this way: if you're married, Brittany, you're away from your wife. Count your blessings, okay? Count your blessings.
There you are, J. Anthony.
Any man would love to have 5 months away from his wife, you know? So you're blessed,
Oh my
man
God.
or woman.
Oh
And I
God.
always say, same sex, same damn problem. So
Yep, that's
you'll
what
be
you
home
say.
soon.
So just as she finished this day, and she testified. She testified, and so we heard her speak. And
Was that her speaking or
Yeah.
somebody?
no, it sounded like a guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was her speaking. That was not a translator. And so she was speaking, and she said that gave her testimony about, she was signing things. She had no idea that she was signing. They did not offer her a lawyer and all of that. So this is the first time she's speaking in court. And just after they ended that particular court session, came word from the State Department that they have been negotiating with the Russians for weeks now in order to bring Brittany and former Marine Paul Whelan home. Whelan or Whalen.
For this Russian guy who's
for the Russian drug smuggler and killer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so they suspect that the case will play out, and that they will levy the sentence, and then by that time they will have finally worked it out.
She'll be home. She'll be home by Christmas. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's almost a year, and that's it's really unfortunate. But here's the thing that I keep saying, and there but for the grace of God were other players coming, female basketball players coming from the States and getting caught up in the system like this because they needed the money. Because the WNBA does not
pay them enough.
Does not pay their players.
They pay them enough to buy cannabis on the side. So.
Well, that might have come from her Russian money, because she was making $1 million over in Russia. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. So we'll see what happens with this. Yeah, absolutely. Jay, our another story in the What You Need to Know newsletter has to do with a dictionary that Tom's friend and our friend, Dr. Henry Louis Skip Gates Jr., is working on with the new Oxford Dictionary of African American English. He is the editor-in-chief. He is the director of Harvard's Hutchins Center for African and African American Research, and he proposed the new dictionary as a joint venture with Oxford University. And they talked to him about representation of African American English in existing Oxford dictionaries.
Now, does that mean African American slang words, or just the way we talk, or?
I think it's going to definitely be some of our words, because some of the words have already been incorporated into the Oxford Dictionary, like woke.
Woke.
Yeah. And so if they aren't already in there, what are some words you would like to see?
I'd like to see the word vanilla wafers. which was, in the beginning it was called vanilla wafers, but we've always shortened it to vanilla wafers, you know. I'd like to see the word studying about. I'm
not studying.
I'm not studying about. I'm not studying about a thing. I'm not studying about a thing. Definitely, Mama them needs to be in there. You can.
And Jay, so let's have. I'm not studying you. Okay, and that is in the new Oxford Dictionary for Black folks, and the definition for that is what? I'm not studying you.
I'm not studying you means you're not on my mind. I have a clear thought of everything else except, can I say a bad word? Your ass.
Let's
We'll
according
let
to
that one go. I'm only doing one. But
okay.
just
Okay.
so you know, I'm gonna do one every show.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah.
So that's
Okay.
what studying about means.
Studying about. So that would be the
Yeah.
definition.
That'd be the definition,
You
right?
do you think Dr. Skip Gates will call you or me
If
to
he calls me, I'm here. I'm here to help. To put some words in there. But it's funny how we have. We don't say we as Black people have.
Oh.
Huh?
So we have Annette Brady on Facebook. She says fitna.
Fitna. I mean, preparing to.
Yeah. So go ahead about Skip, about Dr. Skip.
We as Black people have always said certain things, and then next thing you know, they end up either in a commercial or in the way everybody talks. For instance, KFC was always called Kentucky Fried Chicken. But people who worked there never wanted anybody to know they worked for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Right.
So they would say KFC. Mickey D's is
McDonald's. Yep.
McDonald's. And then they take the word and they put it into advertisement. Mickey D's they say it now. So
yeah.
As if they own it. I think I heard another word the other day. I can't remember what it was. I'm like, wow, I never heard anybody say that. But yeah, it comes from us. But even Hispanic words too. So it's not just Black people.
Target,
right.
Target became Target. It's like, all of these things that and
Kmart became clothes.
You're right.
Wait a minute, Sybil, that's a good ass joke, right?
That's a great. You might want to write that down. You might want to write that one
but
down.
You know what? I was talking to the other day about Kmart and Target, and all Target did was light up the store and put red shirts and khaki pants on everybody. That's all they did.
Yep.
They didn't do anything else. You could see stuff, and what's so good about the people in the red shirts, because if you go in there, you could be working for State Farm. So don't take your ass in there, all right? If you work for State Farm, don't go into Target.
Right, because you get stuck working.
And I know JCPenney's is not laughing.
Right.
Because you're next. Right. You're definitely next.
And that's one of my favorites. I love JC Penney's. Yeah.
Remember, they would say JC Penney, right?
Yeah. And so we were talking about that. I think we were in a text chain or something. We were talking about JC Penney's closing and going the way of Kmart and other stores. Yeah.
Sears, Belts. Yeah, Belts is probably on that list.
Yeah, probably. Absolutely.
And you're right, but JCPenney's was the store, man. We went to.
Yep.
Yeah. My mama took me to JCPenney's to buy me. This is a sad story.
Oh no. Okay. So we'll close out this segment with a sad story from J. Anthony Brown.
I wanted to be a Boy Scout.
Yes.
I told you the story. We go to JCPenney's and they got a whole section of Boy Scout. They got the hat, they got the shirt, the little necktie,
the kerchief
thing, the handkerchief. They got the pants, the Boy Scout belt. They got the Boy Scout shoes, the socks. They got the Boy Scout backpack, the canteen. Annie Lee Brown said, "We're not getting all of that. We're just getting a shirt, okay? And we're getting out of here. That's all we're getting. So you can either get a shirt or you can get a pair of pants. We're not. What about the hat? I need the hat. We're not getting that, okay? You get one item. One. You can still be a Boy Scout without all that stuff."
And Jay, what did you choose?
I picked out a shirt. Okay,
okay, that makes sense. Because, well, let me ask you: were the pants husky size?
They were husky. Back then, I was husky. They had a husky, yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I overbuy now, because
that you are very generous with buying things these days. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So that takes us down a whole nother road of, back in the day with J. Anthony Brown. And it accounts for a lot of things that
it explains a lot. It really does.
Oh my goodness. Does it ever? Does it ever? Well, thanks for participating in discussion about the What You Need to Know newsletter. We Monday through Friday. And please subscribe. Once again, as I mentioned, it's absolutely free, SybilWilkes.com, and give us your name and your email address, and it'll be in your email box every Monday through Friday morning. All right, J. Anthony Brown, it is now time for what's really going on. This is our question of the day. And it's very simple, but
Wow.
I'm going to give you a number of things to think about in terms of this. But the question for you and for our listeners and our viewers, when did you feel like you were grown?
Oh,
This is a question that points to the differences in all of us, I think.
yes.
Because Yolanda and I were talking about this, and she talked about when she thought she was grown, and I expressed when I thought I was grown.
When did you think you were grown, Sybil? When did you think you
For
were?
me, it was
Yeah.
when I graduated from college and got my first radio job
You thought
and
you were?
moved away. And I moved away
Yes.
from home. And so then I was responsible for my rent and for my, all of everything that I did day-to-day living. It was all on me. I couldn't even go home because I was living in Florida. I couldn't even go home to do my laundry, right? So everything that I did, and I was making $300 every 2 weeks.
Wow.
And my first check went to pay my rent. And my second check went to pay everything else.
Anything else?
Yep.
Well,
yep. And that's when I felt I was grown.
I figured that I was grown when I was on the bus, and I'd already gone to trade school to learn tailoring. And then I left to go to, I thought, designing school in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got there, and they would not let me enroll in school because my grant was short, $316. And I wasn't gonna go home. I just I was determined not to go home. That, like I said, I was staying in the Y, and I said, well, I'm not gonna go home. I'm a grown. I'll find a job. I know I can sew. I'll just stay here. And when I found, that little the YMC thing, and I got an apartment. But to sit in your apartment when you don't have any amenities,
Mm-hmm.
you have no television, you have maybe a radio. I didn't even have a bed. I didn't even,
because you were living on the steps.
Oh, no. After I moved and got me an apartment.
You said apartment.
Yeah. For like $90 a month.
Mm.
Which was joy. It was in Joyland. There was no joy in. When I tell you, my apartment was, the dumpster for all of the building was right behind my apartment.
Oh my God!
Plus, because they threw away some good stuff.
Okay. So did you do dumpster diving? Did you go in and
they threw away this couch that, you remember the couches that you crank it in and it'd be flat? Remember back in the day?
So like a Murphy bed?
No, it was a regular couch. You could have it sit up like that, and then you could pull it forward, and then the whole thing be flat.
Oh wow! I don't.
Well, if you leaned it up against the wall, it would stay up. And if you pulled it away from the wall, it was a bed.
And Jay, so was there a moment when they told you that your grant was short and you said, I can't go back home? Is that when you felt like
that's when I felt like, because I knew my mom didn't have that much money to give me. There was nobody I could get that much money from. There wasn't one person that I thought about, that I could get that much money. So it's like, I'm not going back home. I'm on my own. I'm going to make it work. I know I can get a tailoring job.
Mm-hmm.
Just a matter of time that I got a job for Henry's Tailors and then Ernest and Sons and stuff like that. But in the beginning, when it hits you, you're like, this is all on me. I can't go back. Not because I couldn't go back. Mm-hmm. The embarrassment, like, oh, I thought you were going to designing school. You'd be a big time designer. And I just, it just hit me. And so I had to really tough it out and do for myself. So, and that's why when I hear that Langston Hughes poem, Life for Me.
No Crystal. Yeah.
Mr. Patterson, my favorite teacher.
K. Patterson.
Read that to us and it all kind of came to what she was saying to her son. Like, don't give up. Mm-hmm. Don't give up now, because I never had it easy. Mm-hmm. And no, that's when it hit me. That's exactly when it hit me.
So there are other examples, and we want to hear from people. J. Anthony Brown has given a very poignant memory of how he realized that he was on his own, that he was grown. And so I know we have a lot of people. I just want to give a couple of other examples, like when you got your first job in high school, or for some folks felt they were grown and their stuff didn't stink after they had sex for the first time, or something like that. But Yolanda, let's hear from some of the people. Z Walker said, I had to pay my own bills. When I had to pay my own bills, Z Walker says on Facebook. That makes sense. And J. Kirk Leonard on YouTube says, when the bills kicked in and I couldn't move back home.
Wow. That's it. That's
it. Yeah. Carolyn Jones Jameson said, on Facebook said, when I take care of myself without my parents' help. When I could take care of myself without my parents' help. That's it. Yeah. And James also,
when you go see mom and them and you don't really ask for nothing, that's when you're grown. Yeah.
James, and we're going to come back to that. James Alston on Facebook said, when I was drafted into the Army. You're in the Army now. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Jay, the other question I was going to ask people is, have you experienced circumstances in which you or someone never really grew up? We all have people who are, still feel as though, I can go back home to my parents, or, and I think I always thought I could go home.
Let me just say this. I got 3 kids. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not calling anybody's name because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. 3 of them. And anybody who has kids will relate to that. You'll say that.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If there is not just at least one in the group.
Yeah.
There's going to be one.
I have 3. and I have
Michelle Lynn Summerall, hold on, Jason, on Facebook said, I have been grown for a very long time, but I didn't feel fully grown until I began handling affairs for my parents as they battled dementia and Alzheimer's. That's real. I've been flying without a safety net for about 7 to 8 years and blessed.
Yes, we pray for you because we know that's tough. That is very tough to deal with that.
And that's when I knew that I had no safety net. I knew that I could always go home. And like when I left Charlotte, moved back to Chicago, I did move back to my mom's. But when my mom died, that was when I knew I was flying without, there was no more wind beneath my wings. There was no safety net. There was no nothing. It was on me.
I think the other thing for me, Sybil, was when I could do things for my parents that just gave me like so much joy. When I had that, that attitude, I got that. And my dad, God bless his soul, God rest his soul, was in debt up to his yang. Just tons of debt. So I paid the debt off. When my father died, 2 credit people called me and said, your dad borrowed some more money from us. I'm like,
no.
I'm like, what?
Jay.
No, he did. Yeah, he borrowed about 10 grand. So he passed away. So good luck getting that.
Yeah, getting that now. Can't get it from a dead man.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of this. I was looking for the story, and I did want to talk to you about this. This is Jamar Chase, and he plays with the Cincinnati Bengals. And he bought his mom a Maserati and paid off her house with his first $1 million.
Wow.
A Maserati and paid off her house.
No, I paid off a house and I bought a car. But my thing was I was always trying to outdo my sister. Whatever she gave, I'm going to step it up, What'd you give? I gave Mama $100. Color TV, bam. And
not a color TV.
Well, the woman came home. My sister came home with all the A's every damn year. She couldn't fail one damn class.
So let's Yolanda, if we have more people want Jay still rant about his relationship with his sister. Hey, Doc. Dr. Mark says when I had my daughter.
Yeah.
And she's on Facebook. And yeah, that's having
That'll
children. Having children. Critic Chronicles on YouTube said, I knew I was grown when I graduated college and moved in with Bay. Okay, did you take care of Bay?
Who is Bay? Is that a guy or lady?
No, that's his Bay. His boo, his Bay. Yeah. Unless it's initials for something. Aubrey Williams said on Facebook, on YouTube, I knew I was grown and my mama put a light bill in my name. And when I found out, she told me I better pay them. Okay. All right. When your mama tells you pay the light bill that she put in your name.
You also know you're grown when they cut your lights off too. I don't know, you've never had that happen.
I've never had that, no.
But it's the weirdest feeling in the world because you go, well, maybe they left them on in the other room. Let me try the kitchen.
So Jay, I had a moment where I thought, because it was really weird. At my parents' house in Chicago, the electricity went out. If you just split the house down half, it went out on one side of the house and not the other. And so I was like, well, that's weird. But they wouldn't, the electric company wouldn't, just give me half the house for electricity, would they? And it turned out to be an electrical issue, but most definitely.
It was a weird feeling, right?
Yeah, it's still a weird feeling, absolutely. So Jay, what advice would you give to parents? Oh, Judy Douglas on Facebook says, I had to start working and buying my own school clothes in the summer before my senior year of high school. And that's when you felt you were grown, Judy. And that's an example of that. A
lot of kids go through, right.
Mm-hmm. And I was having a discussion in which, people were talking about, this person was talking about having to figure out how to feed herself and what she was going to eat that day when she was in high school. That's grown-up stuff.
It is. And you can be in your teens and have to deal with that.
Yeah.
My mom did days work, which meant I was there by myself because my sister was raised by my grandmother. So, you have to, somewhat take a grown attitude of getting in the house, locking the door, making sure you would prepare yourself something to eat, those are grown-up stuff because there's no meal waiting on you when you get home because mom's working, she doesn't have time to prepare a meal for you. So it's kind of like you're growing up.
Yeah, growing up very quickly. And, I didn't have to worry about that. I'm very lucky to say, not that my mom cooked. But
your mom did not cook?
No, she didn't. She could. She just chose not to.
I need to know how y'all ate.
You
ate out all the time.
We ate out a lot. Because after my dad died, that was pretty much. She would cook. But
where it comes from, I see now. I see where it comes from. I don't cook either, Sybil. I don't.
But you can?
No, I can't. I don't. No.
I can cook. I just choose not to.
No, I don't. No, I'll bake a potato and pop some popcorn. Maybe cook a steak and maybe salmon. But
I love making salmon.
The kitchen is a complete mess because I'm cooking.
I love to clear the books out of my stove and put and then to broil some salmon. That's what I absolutely love to do. Absolutely love.
No, I do not cook. I eat. I go to restaurants, and I enjoy bringing my food home or eating it in the restaurant.
Do you know when I
eat in the old folks restaurant?
Po folks?
Golden Corral.
And is that all you can eat on a regular?
Whatever you want. You get there before 3, it's $9.
I see. Yolanda, while Jay deals with his guilt and embarrassment, if we have any last suggestions and additions to this. Used to love Po Folks, Michelle Lynn Sumraw says. Used to love Po Folks. How about Golden Corral? Do you still go there, Michelle, or did you ever? Jay could regale us with tales because I love Luby's. I'm
I
still
love
a
Luby's.
Luby's girl.
Yeah,
I'm still
I
a
was
Luby's
going
girl.
to Luby's before the shooting.
And I went after.
I went after too. I did.
Yeah. Amy W on YouTube says, when you get caught stealing cable, that's when you know you're grown. That's the way to close it out. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. All right, Jay, let's move to some trending topics. And first things first, where are you headed? What are your comedy dates? What are they looking like?
I'll be in Houston Friday and Saturday night. One show Friday, the Comedy Lounge Friday, and 2 shows Saturday. So, and then on Labor Day weekend, the 2nd and 3rd, George Wallace, Myra J, and myself will be at the Stardome
in Birmingham.
Yeah. And I don't know, I don't want to jinx it, but I think I got a gig on, and what's the 10th month? The 10th month is what?
That would be October?
October with Cedric, the entertainer.
Oh, cool. You and Cedric back together
I've never
again.
worked with Cedric before. Never have. So that's going to be
wow.
I don't want to jinx it. So
okay. We won't talk about it. We shall never speak of this until the contract is done. Okay. That's exciting. Okay. Yeah, I hope that doesn't, because I think you guys could do a hat tour.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
So, folks, Anthony Brown is headed to Houston. He's going to be there Friday and Saturday this weekend, and so do check him out. And I got some people I need you to put on the list for me. Okay,
I know. I already know. Yeah. Well, at least they're not as bad as Tom's brother, who would call and ask for 10 to 12 tickets. But yeah, but I don't mind. Yeah,
I know.
Hit me up.
And make you pay for your French fries at the airport.
Yes, never gave me a French fry.
God love Albert Joyner.
Yes.
Jay, let's talk about this. Did you remember? Well, this just came out. The story of the Brooklyn pastor who was streaming his sermon live.
Yes.
And he got robbed. There was a robbery.
And the weird thing about it, supposedly that's 50 Cent's pastor.
And it may be, that's another story that I don't know if I heard 50 or if I just saw something referencing that he was 50's pastor. But here's now the second part of this story. A lawsuit was filed last year in Brooklyn Supreme Court alleging that Brooklyn pastor who was robbed stole $90,000 in retirement savings from one of his own parishioners. One of his elders in his church. Lamar Whitehead, the bishop of Leaders of Tomorrow International Churches, is accused of convincing 56-year-old Pauline Anderson to invest nearly her entire life savings in one of his firms, with the promise that he could help her buy a home despite her bad credit history. She wrote him a cashier's check for $90,000. In November 2020, and relied on him to give her a monthly allowance of $100 to pay her living expenses, according to the lawsuit. Months went by in early 2021 without the monthly payments or progress on the home purchase, and he allegedly told her he was treating her investment as a donation to his campaign for a position as the Brooklyn Borough president. And he said he had no obligation to pay this money back. So she's taking him to court and she's suing him for, her liquidating her entire life savings to pay him the investment.
Well, see, this is where I'm at a crossroad. This is just me, and I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm a religious person. I believe in God. I don't believe in pastors at all. I don't believe in any of them.
I don't think we have ever had that discussion. I know there's some you don't like, but
any of them. And I don't want to call anybody's name because that might be your pastor, but I have not been to church in a while, not since COVID. And I don't plan to go back. And don't get me wrong, there's some very good. Pastor Najuma is a great preacher. Bishop Blake is a great minister. And I think when I think about a lot of them, those are two that stand out, that seem to have the people's interest in the word that they give toward people. not to be a shyster or not to be quote unquote full of it or full of themselves. And so when you have that going for you, it's just hard to believe in these ministers. You see so many of them, with 2 or 3 Gulf Streams and, $80 million houses, just it's too much. It's too much. And it's because it's off the back of the people who go to church every Sunday and you take their money and you live a lavish lifestyle.
Right.
And that's a crook. To me, that's a crook.
Yeah. And I know that you have great respect for like your former pastor, Bishop Blake, and folks like that.
Yeah. And Bishop and Reverend Najuma, who's just, to watch this lady preach and give the word and inspiration, her church's words of encouragement. Bishop Blake is, I can't think of the church now, but
West Angeles?
West Angeles, yes. Just to see those guys and to meet them beyond the pulpit, you could feel when you talk to them that they're for real. And I don't feel that when I see some of these other ministers, talk. And when I see their lifestyle, even Joel Osteen.
That's who I was thinking about.
The money in the wall. Come on, dude.
Yeah. Thousands of dollars hidden behind the toilet in the wall. Really?
But George had a great joke. One of the few he had. But he said, Josine was saying, you didn't bring your ass up here when there wasn't a flood. Now when it's a flood, you want to come to church.
And so that's why folks felt they got turned away, right?
They got turned right. Yeah.
Oh, so have you seen this story? The Black Trump supporter who's been sentenced to prison for assaulting the police?
Yes.
Okay, so he is a Donald Trump supporter. His name is Mark Ponder. Said he assaulted police officers at the Capitol on January 6, 2021, because he believed the former president's lies about the presidential election. And he has been sentenced to more than 5 years in prison.
As the old people would say back in the day, that's what his ass get. That's what he get.
Ponder is one of 4 Washington residents arrested for their actions on that day. He was given 63 months, 5 years, 3 months in federal prison by Judge Tanya. His sentence is tied for the longest imposed to date with that of Robert Scott Palmer, who attacked law enforcement officers with a fire extinguisher. Ponder's sentencing hearing featured testimony, and this is a guy you've seen a lot. If you have watched the hearings, if you have seen anything related to January 6th, his name is, he's Police Sergeant Aquilino Ganell. He told the judge on January 6th changed his life forever. The sentencing memo spells out how Ponder charged Ganell, waved a pole aggressively, and then attacked him. And hit him in the head with in the riot shield, the riot shield of the policeman that he was wearing with such force, the pole snapped after it made contact with the steel. And Ganell, he's seen some things. He's a military veteran. He told reporters he will never be back in uniform because of the injuries he sustained that day. And his more severe injuries were inflicted on that day as he was assaulted by Ponder. And he says, I'm not a vindictive person and I forgive him. This is the policeman says about this man, but I won't forget what he did.
No one can forget what he did. And 5 years serves him right. You gotta choose your white friends. Careful.
And apparently choosing Donald Trump was not the answer.
Donald Trump's not your friend. He hasn't paid legal bills for nobody.
And did you see what they
visited nobody? He consoled nobody. He was paying some of the white people on a higher scale, paying their legal bills. But some of the people who are in there in the Capitol, they haven't heard from Donald Trump.
No,
and they're not going to.
No, absolutely. And speaking of Donald Trump, he is defending his hosting of the Saudi golf tournament. This is the Live Golf program funded by the Saudis. And so he is hosting their tournament this weekend, having cocktail receptions, hosting the whole tournament at his golf club. And when the 911 survivors are coming to him, or families of those killed are coming and protesting. He says nobody's gotten to the bottom of 9/11 yet. He is defending this live golf tournament planned for his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey.
Know, I'm maybe going to put this out on a limb. A lot of golfers are Republicans. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. So being on the golf course with Donald Trump puts them right at home and right at ease. So it serves them right. It's where they want to be, you know.
And a lot of them are, I mean, some of them need the money because they gambled their money
Donald
away.
Trump needs the money.
Donald Trump needs, and he needs the money for the golf club. But Jay, for a party that, bleeds blue, because of the police, support for the military, which we do too, but not like the conservatives. And going against them, and for him to say this coming from New York and saying nobody's gotten to the bottom of this yet.
Well, and I know, and even the Republicans know that's not the Republican Party anymore.
Right, that's true.
It's a whole different party. And it's not even Donald Trump's party anymore. It's not his party. And I don't think he's as popular as he thought he was.
Well, he's losing popularity with the Republican National Party, because did you see that? They said, if you run for president, we're not paying any more of your legal bills.
They don't want him. They really would like.
They're looking for any.
Yeah, they would like for him to go to jail. So the problem is off of their hands. And they don't have to say, we don't like you anymore, which is what they don't. And they talk about him behind closed doors. They don't want him. They wish he would go to jail. They wish he would just go away.
Yeah.
But he won't. He hasn't.
Right. You're right. And they're talking about the blood money and all of that. I mean, they gave Joe Biden a hard time when he was just over there meeting with the heads of Saudi Arabia. But you can't, and I don't know how I feel about that, but as I go and pay, almost $5 a gallon for gasoline, I want them to do whatever they can to help us out. But I'm not sure if it's worth making that kind of relationship.
You mean to deal with the devil?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And blood money.
Yes.
And good for Tiger Woods. He's one of those professional golfers says, I will not go play for the live tournament. And the rest of you guys, and I mean, they are going and they're getting paid stupid money, Jay. They were willing to pay Tiger up to $1 billion
to play.
For the live tournament. $1 billion. That was the word. Yeah. Jay, perhaps to get that kind of money, we're gonna have to go play the Mega Millions jackpot. Have you played?
I've played it, and I've been doing this joke lately, and I think we did it when we were on Tom's show about there's somewhere in some state there's an argument about two people who haven't won the lottery. But the conversation is like, so you win $80 billion. How much would you give me? I'll give you $5 billion. That's all you give me? I think $5 billion is a lot. Yeah. You got $80 billion. Now, these are people who have not won the lottery. I'm telling you, I know this is an argument somewhere. That's all you. Yeah, all right, I'll give you 7. $7 billion out of 80.
I can't win with you.
I can't win with you. In the words of my grandson, you are not my friend.
Well, it's up to $1 billion.
It's $1 billion.
It's $1 billion. The Mega Millions jackpot is over $1 billion right now.
The following people can kiss my behind. Listen for your name.
And then bring.
We're starting with the A's.
Oh, I thought you would start with the S's or the W's. How crazy is that,
That's
Jay?
crazy. It's up to $1 billion now.
It's $1 billion. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
This will be like the 5th highest, or by the time Friday comes around, it could be, the 4th highest number, but
Wow.
definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yep. All right, J.
Yeah.
Anthony Brown.
All right,
let's hang on. I got one more thing. We're going to move to entertainment. Okay.
Now,
as if you haven't been.
Did we talk about? Nope. We talked about nope, right?
No, we didn't. No. And that's what I was going to ask you about, because I didn't see it based upon your lack of recommendation.
I called you on the phone and tell you about it.
Go ahead.
It is I'm not going to tell you not to go see it, because if you want to go see it, go see it. It's the worst movie ever that I've seen and across the board. There's too much stuff in this movie. And I'm not going to. There's a monkey.
I'm out at the monkey.
There's a spaceship. There's cowboy outfits. There's a lady with a burned face. There's motorcycles. There's horses.
So we should tell people this is Jordan Peele's latest movie.
It's
and this is his movie Nope.
So here's the thing. Did you
with Keke Palmer?
Yeah, with Keke Palmer and the other guy. I can't pronounce his name.
Daniel Luluega.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
him. Who never has enough light on him in any scene. It just. He's an
African.
More. I know what he is. I'm aware, but there's lights on the set,
and never enough lighting.
Never. When I
it's
so
Daniel Kaluuya is the is the pronunciation. Kaluuya.
So it's like, did you see Nope? Would you recommend it? Nope. Would you tell a friend? Nope. Should there be a Nope 2? Nope. There never should have been a Nope 1. Okay. It's and I'm like I said, go see the movie. I went to see it. I try to go
everything.
See everything.
You go see everything.
I just saw the Paul. What is it? It's something. Paul. It's a cartoon.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. I kind of lost touch because I don't talk to you as often about movies, and I've only been to see one.
What movie did you go see?
Downton Abbey.
Oh, I thought that was good. That was really good.
Yeah.
I think,
but I haven't even seen like the Tom Cruise movie yet, which I really want to see.
Oh, it's really good, really good. And the reasons the Crawdads Sing is an excellent movie.
Is it?
It's an excellent movie.
That your inner white girl comes out in a movie like that, doesn't it?
Great movie. White girl in the woods by herself, man. What? Father Stu is excellent.
Is it? Oh, with your boy.
Yes.
Wahlberg. Yeah.
Father Stu. Thor is good.
Mm-hmm.
Thor is a really good movie.
Oh, so have you seen the trailer for Wakanda for Black Panther 2?
I have not seen the trailer. I'm looking for it. It's great. It looks great.
Oh my God, Jay. It's so rich. It's so full. It gives a great tribute to Chadwick. It gives you hope for whatever this movie. They showed it at Comic-Con. You love Comic-Con.
Oh, they showed it already.
They premiered it at Comic-Con, and so now you can see it online, and you can go in and find it online. It is so beautiful.
What kind of reviews did it get?
The reviews have been incredible. People are watching over and over and over again to get more, and the takeaways from the trailer. It's really good. Yeah.
Well, I definitely will go see that.
And the speculation of who's going to be the next Black Panther, and if it's going to be a woman or a man.
It's going to be.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
That's a smart way to go, which is what they did in Thor. They had a very high female presence in this movie as a superhero.
And Captain was it Captain Marvel?
Yes,
or Captain America. That's is a Captain Marvel. Is
I can't wait to see the Rock movie too. That looks good.
I know. The cartoon.
No, he has a movie, a full-length movie called the Black Adam or something like that.
Oh, right. But the cartoon, the animated, the pets of the superheroes.
Oh yeah, that's the one with him and Kevin Hart.
Yeah. That looks like a lot of fun too.
Yeah,
that looks like a lot of fun.
They play off each other real good. I've seen some others they do. Yeah,
he lifts Kevin Hart. Sorry, Kevin. Jay, it's a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna get back to watching movies. I promise you.
Go to the movies, Sybil. Go to the movies.
I know. I'm gonna mask up.
Old Man Tip, join the AMC or one of those programs.
I am.
Oh,
I am. I am an
3
AMC.
movies a week. Come on.
I know. I'm just wasting my money.
Also, the movie coming out called The Bullet Train looks really good.
Is that the Brad Pitt movie?
Yes.
That's crazy looking. Yeah. Right there is crazy looking. Yeah.
But nope, I'm not recommending it, and I'm not telling anybody not to go see it. But nope.
They might want to wish that they had listened to you.
Yeah, but the movie made
I know one person who did.
It made $44 million. It's going to be a $100 million movie, which means he'll make another horror movie or Nope 2.
So my last question for you about this is he becoming another M. Night Shyamalan as a result of this?
He surpassed M. Night Shyamalan. He really is. He's worse than M. Night. And
wow.
Yeah, this movie it's too much stuff in it that doesn't make any sense at all. The only thing I liked about this movie being a Taylor, there is an off-the-chain cowboy suit in there, Sybil. When I tell you.
You're so funny. Jay, before we leave, I got to share our daily inspiration with you from Yogi's Jewels. Remember, your mindset will shape how you see, think, and feel about your life.
Yes, it will.
Be positive, Jay. Be positive.
I'm positive that was a bad movie. I am so positive.
Thank you for your joy that you bring, the laughter you bring, and joy to our lives. J. Anthony Brown. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care.
That's Hawaiian. Look at that.
Yeah, look at us. Hang loose, my brother.